Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. Last time we managed to, pull our way through the intro section, and in this one we're going to take on Destiny Island, which is basically just an extension of the intro. It's a bunch of fetch quests where basically you have to find a bunch of stuff, and they give you the opportunity to fight your friends in little fake battles. You can get experience that way. I'm not much of an experience or kind of guy, so I'm not going to bother. But I'm going to go find all these items. I actually did play through this one time before earlier today, just to figure out where these items were, because I could literally spend an hour looking for them. And this is my least favorite part of the game by far. So I just wanted to get through it as quickly as possible. You might see me, bumble around and not be very efficient in other areas of the game. But Destiny Islands, I just wanted smooth, clean, and done. One episode and I'm out of here. And that's basically what I set out to do. So basically you just saw me get a log and a cloth. I also need the rope, which is conveniently by this clothesline. And I believe we need one more log. And that should about do it. I'm pretty sure. And that is over near the middle island where Riku is hanging out. Now if you talk to him, you can fight him, and he's probably the toughest guy on the island, and he gives you the most experience if you beat him. But I just want to get out of here, to be honest. I mean, it's not required. All this stuff's optional, and that's just about it. So you bring all this stuff that I just collected back over to Kairi, and she will give you a high potion that just conveniently, apparently, is yours, and then sends you off to bed, even though it's the middle of the day.
So, Kairi's home is out there somewhere, right?
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who
Good
knows?
question.
If we have to, we'll think of something else.
Might need to.
Suppose you get to another world. What would you do there?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. It's just, I've always wondered why we're here, on this island. If there are
Probably
any
because you
other
were
worlds
born
out there,
here.
why did we end up on this one?
Because that's where your parents are,
And
dumbass.
suppose there are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much greater. So, we could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
Not unless our parents
I
were
don't
there.
know.
Someone needs to learn his
Exactly.
genetics.
That's why we need to go out there and find out. Just sitting here won't change a thing. It's the same old stuff. So let's go.
You've been thinking a lot lately, haven't you?
Thanks to you. If you hadn't come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this. Kairi, thanks.
I love
You're
the
welcome.
overly heavy, overdone Final Fantasy-esque dialogue in that scene. They're all pondering
Sora.
the universe when they're just kids.
You wanted one, didn't you?
A Palpu fruit?
If two people share one, their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what. Come on, I know you want to try it.
What are you talking?
Man, I just don't look at you that way, Riku. And yeah, now we're gonna hit a completely random cutscene, but a fairly important one. So pay attention here. This sets up the plot of pretty much the entire game. That's an extremely practical door. Maybe if you had an elephant. And it has a little mini door that breaks off at the bottom just for Donald.
Good morning, Your Majesty. It's nice to see you this one. What?
Look at the helmet on Goofy's head. He looks so stupid. He has it on the top.
This is serious.
I'm sure that's doing him a whole lot of good if someone was to hit him in the face. What a dick. I don't use fucking electromagnetic paddles to wake up normal people. Give the poor guy a heart attack.
Queen Minnie?
Not even the queen.
Daisy?
No! It's top secret.
Oh, good morning, ladies.
What?
Never trust Goofy to keep a secret. And that's it for the first cutscene interlude, and we're back to Destiny Islands. And they basically give you absolutely no indication of what you're supposed to do. But if you spend an extremely long time wandering around, you'll realize you can access the second part of the island now. And that is how you progress the plot. This is another example of how they don't really give you any sort of handhold in terms of what you're supposed to do. You just have to kind of figure it out. But the problem is, the tasks you have to do are so arbitrary that it doesn't actually come to mind when you're trying to figure out what to do. Like here, you have to talk to Riku and race him for the rights to name the boat. And I think I'm gonna call it not Excalibur, because that's an extremely cliche name. I think I'm going to call it the SS Scrubcraft. And I will fight to the bitter end to make sure that that is the name we go with. Now that fits perfectly. I like that. Alright, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. Come on, you know you're excited. No, he's gonna race me. And Kyrie just happens to be right around the corner. Of course. Now there's a lot of gimmicks in this race where you can like go down the zip line.
If I win, I'm captain. And if you win,
I get to share the Palpu with Kyrie.
Wow,
Huh?
way to take that
Deal?
way too far.
The winner gets to share a Palpu with Kyrie.
Dude, this is a fucking race, man.
wait a minute.
Okay.
Get your shit
On
together.
my count.
You're taking it way too serious. Alright, so yeah, you can dig Riku here, and I'm gonna try to do it. And I totally did. I made him fall. But yeah, there's like a lot of gimmicks. You can go up the ladder and then zip line down, but I actually find that since you're faster than Riku on foot, you're actually better off just sticking to the low parts and forgetting about the jumps, because you're more likely to screw up the jump. And while this race doesn't actually mean anything, it's a matter of pride. I mean, I want my boat to be named the SS Scrubcraft, and if it's not named the SS Scrubcraft, you know, bad things will happen, you know, to my ego. So I'm going to beat Riku, and this is the best way to do it. See, now you have a monster lead just by taking the low path, which is like, you know, the path you'd probably think is the least effective, but I destroyed him, so, you know, no big deal. 1-0, baby. Because we were really keeping track that way. And we weren't just, this wasn't just one specific race, this is a contest, apparently. He's telling me to lighten up? What about the stakes you put on the race, you motherfucker? What a hypocritical dick. All I want to do is name the stupid boat, and he puts these ridiculous stakes on the competition. You could telling me to lighten up, jeez. And talking to Kyrie is just another wonderful experience yet again. Because not only does she give us another fetch quest, but this one is even harder. It has even more stuff, and they're even tougher to find. And they're in both parts of the island, and not just the first part. So I'm going to show you where they all are. Instead of taking like, you know, an hour trying to search for them, I did make sure I found them beforehand. So I usually grab that mushroom, and then you can actually just come to any of these trees. You just start hitting them, and they drop coconuts. And the green ones are the ones that count. For some reason, you don't want the ripe ones, because that would just make sense. So I'm pretty sure one fell on the other side. Alright, so you only need 2 coconuts, so that's pretty much all you need. Now, you can head up here to take a shortcut back to the first part of the island. And that's what we're going to do. It's right near the star that you had to hit on the race. And you come through this little thing, and you'll end up in this little part of the first side of the island. Boom. What do we have to get next? Let's look at the checklist. I believe it is the drinking water, and you can get it from this little spring. And then head into the secret place, which isn't really that secret because it's just a hole in the wall. But if you run in here, you can find the mushroom, which is one of the several items you need to actually get to complete the section. And you'll also trigger a cutscene, an extremely cryptic one. They only show one ear because I'm so artistic that I'm like Van Gogh. Man, these drawings are horrible. And apparently Sora hasn't gotten over the whole Papu fruit thing because he's taken a little far with these childhood drawing editions.
What? Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tied to the darkness.
Oh, that explains it.
Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
Now he
We
asks
do
that.
not yet know what lies beyond the door.
Nope.
So you're from another world.
Ah, that makes sense.
There is so very much to learn.
Oh, that answers my question, thanks.
You understand so little.
Not unless you tell me.
Oh yeah? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort.
Nice.
One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
And one who sees nothing can know nothing. We can do this all day, buddy. I love how my taking a moment to look at a random wooden door that just happens to be in this cave was the turning point in how he was able to escape. It's like, you keep your eye on the ball, man. He looked away for no reason. It wasn't like the guy pointed at the door and said, like, you know, holy crap, there's something coming out of there, look. And, you know, tricked my guy. Sora just decided to look at the door for no reason. He's like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy a chance to spookily escape. It's such an overly used cliche, it's hilarious. Alright, so anyway, contrary to normal fishing methods, you don't actually need a fishing rod to catch fish. You just swim out into the ocean and they come to you. I've never actually had the chance to try this in real life, but I'm pretty sure it's just as effective as a fishing rod. So just try it out and see how it works. And you know, get back to me. Let me know if that's something that works out. Because I mean, we could revolutionize the fishing industry. And the only thing I think we need from this part of the island that's left is the seagull egg, which is at the top of this tree here. And that is a deceptively difficult jump because you really can't affect where the camera is headed. And you have to kind of jump to the side to get to it. I made it on the first try there out of sheer luck. But that's actually a pretty tough jump, so keep that in mind. Alright, and then there's only one other thing we need, and I believe it's the third mushroom. And I'll show you where it is. It is right near the watchtower here. In the corner. You can't really see it too well, but yeah, there it is. And that's it. That's all of the fetch quests. And I believe that's it for Destiny Island fetch quests as well. So, you know, there you go. I love how they think that like 3 mushrooms, like 3 fish, and like a seagull egg is like all we're gonna need for a long sea voyage to we don't even know where. These kids are kind of retarded. Like, oh yeah, we'll just take out like a boat.
Riku has changed.
What do you mean?
Well,
You okay?
Sora, let's take the raft and go.
What?
Just the 2 of us.
Sounds good.
Just kidding.
God damn
What's
it.
gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kyrie.
Maybe. You know, I was a little afraid at first, but now I'm ready. No matter where I go or what I see, I know I can always come back here. Right?
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
unless we shipwreck
That's
and
good.
die in the middle of the ocean.
Sora, don't ever change.
Huh?
I'm like 10 years old.
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
Yeah, it will. You know, until we die. Seriously, this is by far the stupidest idea I've ever seen little kids come up with. It's not just like, oh, let's like go out swimming one day. It's like, let's like leave our parents' houses and everything and just sail away on a raft with no supplies. We finally get to see what the letter says. And apparently stars have been going out. And clearly that's a bad thing in the Mickey Mouse universe. And despite the fact that we don't have the Keyblade yet, he knows that someone has a key. So Mickey's a pretty smart dude. So we have to go to Traverse Town and find Agent Sealy Booth. And what the hell, would you apologize to Minnie for me? Donald Duck made this huge deal about not telling Minnie anything after reading this letter.
What could this mean?
Mickey Mouse
It
freaking
means-
asks him to.
We'll just have to trust the king.
Gosh, I sure hope he's all right.
You're on us. Don't worry. We'll find the king and the key. Thank you. Both of you. Daisy, can you take care of them?
Of course. You be careful now, both of you.
By far the worst voice
And to
acting
chronicle your
in this
travels,
entire
he
game
will
is this
accompany
one
you.
line by Daisy. She sounds nothing like a duck. It's ridiculously
Over here.
bad. She just sounds like a normal person.
Cricket's the name. Jiminy Cricket at your service.
They do a pretty good job with the other
We
Disney
hope for your
characters, though.
safe return. Please, help the king.
Oh, Goofy. What a stroke.
Coming through.
Gosh, Jiminy, your world disappeared too?
It was terrible. We were scattered. And as far as I can see, I'm the only one who made it to this castle.
Goofy.
Oh, right. I gotcha. You mean while we're in other worlds, we can't let on where we're from, huh? We gotta protect the world border.
Order.
Right, world order. Oh, Oh, I guess we'll need new duds when we get there, huh?
Right, because new clothes is really gonna make these guys look like they're from any other place than a Disney movie. I mean, they gotta stick out a little bit, I think, no matter where they go. And now for what is by far the most ridiculous space launch setup I've ever seen. And this is the Gummi Ship, I believe they call it. And we're later going to be using it to go from world to world once we eventually meet up with Donald and Goofy. But this system just looks so archaic and not very efficient. And yet apparently it can fly us between universes. So what do I know? I mean, I guess no one's created a universe-defying vehicle before. So maybe they got it right. See, I don't even know where they would get the raw materials to build that castle, considering it's like bigger than the world that it inhabits. So that's the way the Kingdom Hearts worlds are. They're all like these tiny little worlds on the outside, but then when you actually land on them, they look like a normal universe. It's kind of retarded, but it is what it is.
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
I wonder where I heard that before.
A storm?
Oh no.
Oh no! The raft!
Maybe we won't have to sail into the ocean and die.
Sora! Dinner's ready! Come on down! Sora?
And yeah, apparently we actually do have parents in this game, but we never get to see them. And we just run away in the middle of the night, leaving them behind. No big deal. It's just kind of what kids do these days. Alright, but
What's that?
anyway, you're going to notice that the world looks a little darker and a little more ominous at the moment, and that's because the Heartless are invading. And with a wooden sword like I've got right now, you're going to notice that I can't actually hit them. I can swing at them and the sword just goes right through them. So the only option you have is to run. And for now, I'm just going to run to the nearby save point, which is inside the Sea Shack, and I'm going to save it because we already have a fairly lengthy episode going, and I feel like this is a natural point to stop it. So it was fun, and that'll be it for episode 2 of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. And when we come back next time, we'll have a rematch against Darkseid, the boss from the tutorial. See you guys later.